it you know, we know in the end times that you surely don't want God to get glory in anything because it takes away from your time and it's going to defeat you, and we all know this. It's simple speaking, the word of Jesus is enough to be in our daily life, and it should be. It should be that that's the way that we should defeat the enemy every day. So people, the last video, yes, I don't know that kind of stuff happens, and even like this morning, I've been kind of fighting through it. I just um, don't want to put that point onto Darlene that she's not going to go out and do what she needs to do through the day either. You know, to become captive of something, that's the last thing that Satan that I'm going to give Satan. No, I'm not saying she's captive, being held captive because you know because that's by far not the point. Uh, so these events that's leading up, I seen. Um, oh gosh, man, I forget even how to pronounce it now. I'm just gonna say tidal wave. I think that's what Darlene said. The other thing called this tidal wave, and people, I seen like a hurricane coming through, but I seen this tidal wave come behind it, and through that tidal wave coming behind it, uh, they didn't see the actual uh, tsunami. Is that how you pronounce it? Anyways, tidal wave, whatever you want to call it. But also, I've been having these like dreams of things that China's been going underground with submarines and all these other countries and shooting these missiles and exploding these things underground, which is causing these tidal waves, which is causing all of this chaos around here, the earthquakes, the massive tornadoes, and the things that continue to take place here. You know, uh, I can honestly say there's days that I really struggle. I mean, my prayer time doesn't, but my devotion time to Him. And what I mean by devotion time, I mean by going to that secret place with Him and spending that time in that secret place with Him and giving Him my all. He knows my thoughts. He knows my concerns. Um, uh, do I feel right inside? No, not every day. Do I think my time, my pathway is here? Um, well, let me just put it to you this way: I don't concentrate on my journey. I used to. I used to try to figure out what is my purpose. Well, I know today my purpose is to speak of this man right here. Yeah, I don't know if Jesus is on this, is he? Yeah. Well, anyways, to speak the good word, to speak of Jesus. That's all should be coming from any of our mouths right now. Instead of complaining, and God hears our prayers. It doesn't matter. I mean, I'm still waiting on prayers that when we had that conversation in January, in February, in March, you know, he said it would come at my birthday. Well, that's done and past. But am I looking at March of next year? Maybe. But what if his coming comes now? If it comes in September? Well, maybe there you go. It gave me something to push forward. See, I'm a type of person that I gotta have some kind of goal in life. And I don't make big goals. I make small goals, and I build my way to those. You know, I remember back when people told me that, I'd never amount to nothing. I'd never be able to purchase a home. I'd never be able to buy a nice car. I was going to be this bum on the street, and I believed it. I believed it. I believed it till a really good friend of mine came and sat down with me, not just once, not twice, but many times. Wanted nothing from me. No money. I'm used to that. Open checkbooks and stuff, going through those days. What could I do for him? I remember broken promises when I helped my dad move and I was getting ready to move into the place that I bought off of him. And he said, I'll be there, son. I'll meet you there, and I'll help you move your stuff. And I'll tell you what, you bring the stuff there, and I'll help you move it in there. I'm going, with that, I really need more help getting it out of the place where I'm at to get it in. Anyways, never showed up. See, earthly people are going to disappoint us. Earthly people can say whatever they want, but when push comes to shove, you really see who's really there for you. You really look at the light of when you're injured, who's really there, who's going to be there, who's going to reach out to you, who's going to say, here I am, Dad, or here I am, son, or here I am, brother, or here I am, whatever, sister, whatever the situation is. Anybody that sends me anything, I'm in pain or anything, I immediately pray. And sometimes in my night prayers and stuff, it pops in my head and I pray again. So where are these times that we're in? I don't really know. I just know that I feel like we're in the Noah stage, and that you know how you have one of them garden hoses things and you crank it and it starts pulling in the garden hose. Well, I think that's what's happening right now. I think it's willing in that door to shut and that ark. And I think the covenant is better be us, and we better have that covenant with God right now. We better be in connection with Jesus right now, because otherwise this is going to fail. This is going to fail quickly, and people are going to be left here, and you're going to go through horrific things. Many of you, I believe, will quickly take the mark of the beast, and I think once you do that, my thoughts is you're going to go quickly and be swept off into the lake of to the lake of fire, which is going to take you into Hades, Hell's, whatever, and you're going to see your name written, and you're going to be put in there, and they will grab you when they want you. Now, remember what I said. It's kind of like this. I'm holding this, but this is a good example. Okay, this is the floor. Okay, this is your body. This is your feet being pushed into that sulfurous crap there, and it fuses around you, and now it can't move. See? But then picture your feet being pushed back and your legs being pulled open. Now picture this: when they come to get you and grab on. I'm not going to do it because I sure don't want to break this thing, because I spent too long trying to figure this thing out. But snap this, your feet fall. You understand what I'm saying? They're just going to snap you right off at the knees and drag your carcass off. But guess what? By the time you get where you're going, you're going to be put back together, and you're going to be feeling that wonderful torture. If I came up to you with a cutting torch and fired up, that's my sound effects for today. Probably the best I'm ever going to give you. And started burning you with it, and heated it up so bad, or I got an iron rod out of that furnace fire, and I just slammed it right down on top of you. And I'm talking across your face, your head. You start pulling your hair out of your head, taking your ear, and I just cut it a little bit and just rip it off you and then throw it at you. Maybe shove it down your throat. That sounds like a fun time, don't it? The Lord said to me, I think it was, where were we, in August? I want to say May or June. Again, he said it, but he's been saying it to me. He said before this year even started, but he said it again to me. I don't correct me on it. I don't know if it was May or June, but I mean, don't correct me on it. Don't hold me to it, because I really don't remember which month. It doesn't matter. It's just the fact that he said it again. You know, let's think about this. Okay, let's think about what's going to happen is real. This pour out of this, he says, my sheep shall be examined. First time. Second time, I am going to open the crowds and all shall be pushed out. So what does that mean? And as I'm standing there watching the sheep jump for joy when they weren't jumping for joy back there, but when he opened the gate and I'm watching the sheep come out, and as the sheep come out, they turned into people and walked past him, but they were jumping for joy by the time they got to him. I thought about John the Baptist when he was in his mother's womb, and Elizabeth, yeah. It was in Elizabeth's womb. Mary come walking up with Jesus, and John the Baptist was leaping for joy. A baby, people, leaping for joy. The sheep leaping for joy. But we're not leaping. Christ is supposed to be coming. He's supposed to be coming. Are we leaping for joy? No, instead, and I'm not coming against anybody. I'm sorry you feel that way. Instead, I get a nice email I opened up right before I started this live thing. I was trying to go live to where you guys could include yourselves into the video and we could see each other. But then I'm thinking, who's really going to do it? Is anybody going to do it? At that point, I mean, I'm sure it's probably going to be on there. The screen was so big, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't even know what to do with this. So I exit out of it and exit out of another one, exit out of another one. Couldn't get it figured out. Um, uh, where was I? Leaping for joy. Oh, the message. Thank you for reminding me. It says, I believe you're a fake fraud. I think you're a good actor, and you put all this on for what? What am I putting it on for? I mean, honestly, I'm asking you because you said you'd be on the next live, and you could have been the one that just logged off. We're showing 3 now. It's showing 2. Wait, Mud Shark. Well, hey, Mud Shark, how you doing? Judgment is coming now. Well said. Yeah, I know. Well said back to you too, because I agree with that. I believe this is our judgment, and I'm going to get back to the sheep leaping for joy. First of all, I don't have no reason to fake anything. Okay. If I'm a fake, then Darlene's a fake, and everybody that's around me is. And then I'm that good of an actor, I guess. I don't know. Uh, but let's just go with this. You got them sheep leaping for joy, okay? But we're not. John the Baptist and Elizabeth's stomach leaping for joy. But what I seen coming out of there was the wolves in sheep clothing. Maybe that's why they weren't leaping, because they knew the corral has been broken. Someone let evil through the gate. Churches are failing left and right. Why? Because they're allowing evil. It's okay. I mean, yeah, we got to have the people come in so they can repent. We got to have the people come in so we can teach them the right way to be in life, because somebody had to teach us, right? But the thing of it is it's not happening. It's not happening. Instead, we're allowing this nonsense to spread its vines with thorns, and it's choking out everything. These pastors are focused on numbers and people showing up. You want these full churches. What are you going to do if God pours out this what is it? Can't think of the name of it anyways. You know, and he starts pouring all these people out, and all of a sudden your church is full. Did you think in advance before this was going to happen where you're going to put everybody? You know, I don't claim to know everything, and sure in the heck I have to search Jesus Christ every day for keeping it going. And my thing is this: is when Jesus is enough in your life, you have no worries over anything else. Uh, September is right around the corner, and I guess we're going to see if these prophets were right. And what I'm saying by we are going to see, if you're left here, you're going to see it. People that are being risen up, they're not going to see it. They're not even going to remember it. As soon as they get up out of there, that's it. They're gone. See what I'm saying? It's up to you to believe. It's up to you to trust. It's up to you to go into that area in life that, when is the world enough for you? When have you had enough of being drugged down? You think about all these people, you know, you think about these people in life that are so miserable. Why are they so miserable? Because we allow the wrong things into our lives. I seen this girl a little bit ago. I went outside to see what Goofy was barking at, and I seen this girl with blackish color hair, and I would put her roughly 15, 16, maybe 17, and I'm thinking it's crazy because all I seen was like an A in front of it, so I'm thinking a state maybe uh, that falls with an A, or maybe I don't know. I'm thinking maybe one of those southern states down in there, but it showed the girl missing, and all I could do was pray for her. Uh, I'm hoping that I get more out of this, so a name or something uh, to spread it, to get her back home. Because this is exactly what I was talking about, people. Exactly what I was talking about. When it hits your home, then you're going to want to listen. It's too late. If she was really, I mean, I shouldn't say if she was, but I mean, if this vision is true, and she was snatched up by some evil monster, chances is she's not coming home unless we pray. We may not know her name, but I'm going to pray for her right now. I'm going to pray for that girl. Uh, However old she was, the girl that I seen, I'm praying for her. Lord, I just ask, if whatever case, if she's in a trunk of a car somewhere and they're transporting her somewhere, I just ask that she's able to pull the wires loose and make a brake light go out, and just happen to be a cop just get behind there, and then she does the other thing and just kind of flashes the light or something and pull out the other light, whatever it takes, Lord, to get this girl home safe. I ask that nothing happens to her body, that nobody does any physical harm to her body, that she's able to overcome what happened, but also learn the power of prayer. I hope she's praying right now, and I hope she's still alive, and I hope that she is found, and somehow you can bring me a message, because this is sad that this is happening and people won't take the word where it's here. We should we should be thankful that God keeps us safe from what's coming. We should be thankful in September, if it happens the way people are saying it's going to happen. And I'm not doubting God's word. I'm not putting negativity in it. Then let it be. Let it be. You know what I'm saying? Let that let the world's ways be of their ways. Let the dead bury the dead, the Lord says. But I know one thing. I hope it was just a vision of something that truly wasn't real. But in my heart, I feel it. I feel that that girl got abducted by somebody. And I mean, your thoughts go in different ways, because if she did get abducted, and hopefully she is found alive, that she's able to move forward in her life without having to live them nightmares the rest of her life. I just pray her soul be safe, and I pray that she's found. Not just her, but any other child. But I pray the parents of these children that are missing, that they start looking at their other children, if they have any, and start going, we could have stopped this. It's too late, people. I've been telling you, it's too late. Once this happens, it's too late. Now all you got to do is just pray to God. And just pray, pray, and pray, and pray. We got to keep praying that God delivers this. And the crazy thing about it is I keep praying that it does happen in September for you guys. I honestly do. First of all, I ask for God to be glorified out of this through his son, the Lord Jesus Christ. If I'm asking God to be glorified through this, then why would this not happen? Because I can also see how in the days of Moses, that Moses can go and go, don't do it for this, because they're going to see you this way or that way. I'm just using my language here. So I'm doing the same thing right now. God, well, what's going to happen? Half of these people that are new Christians that's still on that breast milk, that refuses to get off that breast milk, they're going to lose their salvation to this. This is not nothing small. This is huge what people are saying right now. And I know people are saying the day of the hour and this and that. I don't care. You know what? Maybe it's not Jesus giving us the day of the hour. Maybe it's God. So you're saying if Jesus says no man, the Father says no man should know. Okay, well, God is God. You don't think God could tell us anything? Come on. You don't think God wrote the rules? You don't think God's warning you? You don't think this is the judgment of all judgment over the sheep that I talked about that was leaping? Who's that? Tracy. Hey, sorry I'm late. You're never late. You're in God's timing. God's timing, we're never late. God's timing, we're right on time. God's timing, we are right where he wants us to be. We have to remember something. God is restoring a lot of things in our lives. You have to understand this in restoring. We know in life there's always a right and a wrong. We know in the middle, my thinking is in the middle, not the right and the wrong. Two parties coming into court. You got your plaintiff, you got your defendant. You got to prove. See, I always said you got to prove yourself innocent. As a truck driver, we got to prove our innocent. We got to prove that we're innocent. Today at times, you got so many cameras. It is disgusting. Some of the stuff that goes on, some of the stuff these truck drivers do, but they're not truck drivers, people. You can't blame truck drivers for all this nonsense out there. See, I slow down on interstates when the on ramps, when I'm able to allow as many people to go, and I'm coming at that slow speed, and at that point I just pull my air horn a little bit to let them know don't do it, because at that point I'm at the point that I can't stop, but I'm allowing that. In the same turn, you think people would allow that return? Well, what does that mean, Nelson? What does truck driving have to do with this? Well, I'm glad you asked, because you got to look at it this way. You got to look at it and go, am I the only one that's important? So you got your plaintiff and your defendant. You got Jesus in the middle that's going, present your cases to me. I'm going to take this to my Father. Remember this. Where just like he says, you denied me and I shall deny you to my Father. Well, I don't want that. The jury sits, if I'm correct on this, I think there's 13 people in the jury now instead of 12, in case they're hung up, because about time somebody figures out, well, geez, what if we keep getting 6 and 6? Well, you need an extra person somewhere. It might be 13. It might not be. I don't know. Still might be 12. But heck, it might not even be 12. It might be more. Does it matter? No. Does it matter if who's right or who's wrong? If you're ready to reconnect and do something. But where I'm going with the right or wrong is this: it's two people. Not one person can take a full blame. Yes, Nelson, they can. No, they can't. Unless you stand there and just let somebody scream at you, well, you're useless, you're no good, you're this and that, and you just sit there the whole time. Lord, forgive them. I don't know what they're going through today, but forgive them. It's the only way you're not going to be found guilty in God's kingdom. We are supposed to be full-hearted, on fire, not judging, not pointing the fingers, not thinking we're better than someone else, falsely accusing people. Like I was saying in the beginning of it, and I even wrote the comment back to him, you're more than welcome. Come to my house, I'll give you my address. You're more than welcome. But I want you to spend 3 days here. 3 days. I'll change the sheets. I'll give you a nice big old bed, big old TV down here. You can even play with some of the toys if you like. I'll make your favorite dishes, but I'll tell you this. You're going to live 3 days of what I go through before you falsely accuse me again. It's the world that we live in, people, is the Lord says, this is why the Father despises the creation of man. How does it make you feel? It makes me feel let down, like I let the Father down and I let Jesus down. Just like Ruth. It's Heather. Hey, Heather. If I'm corrected right, you're from Florida, right? Maybe not, but I think you are. So doesn't I guess it really doesn't matter. But there's somebody else I thought was from. Anyways, it don't matter. But I'm glad you're here, Heather. Just like all the rest of you, I'm glad you're here. Examination is now. I've been examining myself for the last few days. Yesterday, honestly, I didn't do nothing but lay in the recliner chair, and Darlene decided to come join me, and she sat on the couch. We watched Hallmark movies and just sat there. Probably one of the better days I've had in a long time. See, we have to look at what we go through as a person and what we deal with inside of us. We have to really be cautious of what we say and how we react to things and the things we say to people. You know, I'm a big joking around person. I may offend a lot of people, and I don't ever try to do that. But I know the Lord has been working overtime on me. And unfortunately, the chain of events right now has got me so feeling less of a person each day. The pain gets to a point where you just can't push through it no more. And yesterday, I came downstairs and it was like our little Chihuahua dog. He was not a Chihuahua, but he looks like a Chihuahua now that he got his hair all shaved off. But I don't even know what kind of dog. I think he's some kind of terrier or something. But can you imagine the kingdom of heaven opening up in a few weeks? I don't think some of you can. I think some of you are so wrapped into this earth and the ways of your life, your vacations, your family, your friends, and what you're going to do this weekend. I think some of you put more focus on things like that in life than God. But you got to remember, in the ark, when the door was up and the water was coming and it was rising, they were beating on that ark like crazy. Is that what you want to be when the time comes? Pounding, screaming, "Here I am, Lord." I don't know about you guys, but I can tell you what comes right behind that. Be gone from me, I do not know you. But see, that's not even going to affect people because I'm, we're sure not going to see the sinners thinking anything about it. You're sure not going to see the people walking out of the bars looking up there going, you're sure not going to stop that drug addiction person from taking their next shot of whatever they're doing or pills or whatever. You're still not going to stop the satanic people that are running this earth. Heck, we couldn't even pray over areas. How many of you pray over your neighborhood? How many of you pray over your schools? How many of you pray for the people that walk in your job that you work at? How many people pray that the prices of the food goes down? We are to be praying about everything. Everything. Jesus said so. Prayer. Show the Father right now what's important to you. I can guarantee it. Most Christians are probably going to be praying for him to come and take you. I would hope so, anyways. I might be wrong. Maybe you're praying for a new car. Uh, I was asked a little bit ago that what do you think is going to happen during if this rapture comes? What do you think is going to happen to the people? Well, I think it's going to be total lockdown. To be honest, they're going to put a curfew on this on everybody. So if you like having curfews and you like being locked down, I mean, look, we're already seeing the military's going. Everybody said, well, that's because Trump's cleaning up Washington, D.C. What about Michigan? What about all the nonsense goes up there? Please, I delivered plenty of loads to plenty of Walmarts up there, and I'm telling you right now, it wasn't very nice up there. I mean, my skin color doesn't. It's not the wrong. I'm the wrong skin color to send there. I was walking through the store getting some drinks and stuff, and literally had a person spit at me. Said a few choice words, and I just kept walking. I guess it makes it right because I'm white. You know, it's ridiculous. I've never in my life seen such more hatred and more stuff going on right now than ever, but there is still kindness. See, I keep looking for the kindness. I keep looking for these people that's going to reach up to God's hand and say, here I am, God, grab a hold of me, use me. And he's doing it. He's doing it. He's doing it. He's doing it. Don't give up. If September 22nd, I think they're saying, I just moved to Michigan. What part of Michigan? I hope it's not up around the Flint area in Detroit. Oh my gosh. I mean, Literally, I've never been so disgusted by the way you get treated. And I honestly, and to make the worst part of it worse is the self checkouts. It's like going through Fort Knox, I would imagine. So I went and got in line. There was two people, and I went in there. And as soon as I got up there, the lady turned her light off and said, um, "I'm taking my break now." So I had to go get in another line. And right when I walked to the other line, this lady was coming through there, and she turned the light back on and helped her. I could sit there and say racism, but I just give it to God. I'm so glad that God doesn't have a skin preference in heaven. I'm so glad that God doesn't allow us to sit on that throne of judgment. Because I'm telling you right now, how many people would get cast into hell because somebody was mad at them? Think about it. Every day is a new day, and every day we got to be ready. Every day we have to let our old self die and the new of us build. As you take off your dirty clothes and put them in the laundry hamper or down a laundry chute or whatever you do with your dirty clothes, throw them in a pile on the corner of your room. Doesn't matter. But I will tell you this, and this is true because I used to clean carpets and stuff and down inside the nursing homes and stuff. And plus, I cleaned them at apartment buildings. But either way, so it's true. I recommend you still put like a trash bag or something down if you're one of them people like even a clothes one of them clothes bag hamper things. You just tie it and carry it. That's what I carry in the truck because I don't want it in a trash bag because I don't want the odor to when I open it go, oh my gosh. That's why the mesh bags are the best. But I recommend you at least throw a trash bag down on the floor. I haven't heard back from you. I think this person got the wrong person. All this AI crap. But anyways, that odor of anything that's on them clothing or anything else, it eventually get into them carpet fibers. It's like we're not even really supposed to walk on carpet with bare feet because your oils and stuff from your body will start breaking down your carpet. You're not supposed to use that crystallized powder stuff that you spray on there, the carpet fresh stuff, and then you vacuum it up because here's why. If it sits too long, you got too much in there when you're vacuuming, them crystals become hard and it'll cut your fibers as you're vacuuming it up because you're pushing. I don't even know why I'm telling you all this. Maybe because we're going to push and vacuum ourselves into the pits of Hades, and that's going to be it for some of you. Detroit looks like the apocalypse. I bet. I haven't been up there in a while, but I bet. I mean, it was horrible just going up there. And think about how worse this is going to get. This is not going to get any better. Even when that time comes, it's going to get worse. This world is going to flip upside down, and all the things we're focused on bitcoins right now. We're focused on all this nonsense and these ghost accounts, these chime cards and all that, where you can overspend and they're never going to charge you, but they're still going to take it right out of there. Because you're direct deposit, even if you change your direct deposit, you don't think they're going to go after you? I mean, these banks are getting about tired of this stuff, and that's the whole thing of breaking down banks now. You ever notice some of these banks are shutting down? I said it. These grocery stores are going to start limiting the checkout counters, the self checkouts, and sure enough, now it's like 12 items in some place. I heard Target's like 4 or 5 items now or something. I Target, I don't even know how Target's even still in business, to be honest with you. Their prices are ridiculous. Walmart's price, I mean, all of it. See, here I go complaining. See how fast you can go into complaining? People don't want to. A lot of people don't even want to hear about this end time stuff. People don't want to hear about hell. People don't want to hear about Satan. The churches don't want to hear about it. People don't want to hear about testimonies. You know, all of us are a living testimony. If we can't get our word out there, then what good is it going to do? What good is it if we cannot show Christ in us? Where are we going to be at? So, what matters to you today? I don't know. But I know I'm not looking for the Antichrist. I'm looking for Christ. I'm looking for the return of Him. I'm waiting for my name to be called. That's the amazing thing about what happens here. You know, this AI that's controlling this stuff, I'm telling you, people, I've said it. I've even seen 2 years back when all this AI, when you started hearing about these robotic things and all this, I even said there's going to come a time where they're going to make these things human, so human realistic, like the flesh, to where they could be more than just a robot. They'll be your companion in the bed and stuff. I think you all know what I'm going with, and that already happened. It's already happened. They're already producing these things. They're interacting with you. They're becoming what you like. You can basically pick up the color hair, all this stuff. And I'm not telling you this to sound gross. I'm telling you this because this is how deceived we are getting. But I also seen them actually carrying a child to term. When this happens, you better believe Jesus, he's there somewhere. He's in the mix of this, because I'm not saying he's allowing it. I'm saying he's getting ready to take us out of here. Because we have now watched Lucifer create birth. The mocking of God, I do not want to be present. I can understand why that tidal tidal wave or whatever. I can understand why I'm seeing that stuff. I can understand why there's destruction of this world. I can understand why we're inside of the walls of Jericho and we're going to turn on each other and just start attacking each other. I can understand why this is going to happen. These are the things that I've been seeing, people. It's enough to keep you awake at night. What do we do? Start praying. Well, thank you. I just took a couple, 800 milligram, and when I say a couple, I took two because one isn't doing it. So uh, there's no sorry about it. Just I'm glad you were here for the time that you were here, and just like anybody else that popped on and left, and it it was good to see the support. It's good to see you're doing good, and may God bless you and carry you through the day and keep you safe. The book of life. You ain't kidding. You know, if you get your name removed out of it, you can't blame God for that book of life. You can't blame God that you went and sinned, and that's it. So many people are blaming God. You know, it's God's fault that I don't have a boyfriend. It's God's fault I don't have a girlfriend. It's God's fault I'm never going to get married. It's God's fault that I don't have a nice car. It's God's fault for the. When are we done blaming God instead of looking in the mirror at ourselves? It is amazing how we push the blame off on everybody else but God. We blame God. We should be blaming ourselves. We should be really to a point in life where examination of ourselves. So the walk is going to be short, if September is that day. So I'm going to come on tonight with a prayer. And if anybody that has some free time tonight, it's not going to be very long, but I'm definitely going to go into prayer tonight and pray over this world. And probably 15, 20 minutes, if that, maybe longer. I don't know. But I just feel it's important. I feel it's important to pray over everybody and examination over everybody and have God be ready for us, that our name does get called from that great book of life. God bless you guys. I love you. Thank you for tuning in. Till the next one.